Now that we've unboxed our Home Assistant Yellow, let's see how easy it is to set up and add devices to it. Since it doesn't support Wi-Fi, I plugged it into the back of one of my Deco mesh Wi-Fi nodes with an Ethernet cable. You can also see here the Bluetooth stick I added in the top USB port, and the Z-Wave stick on an extension in the bottom USB port. After powering on my Yellow and letting it boot up, the iOS app found it easily. I then created my user logins and let Home Assistant install its latest updates. And then Home Assistant immediately got to work. It automatically found my Philips Hue lights, my Sonos speakers, my Google Home speakers, my Apple HomePod minis, my Denon speakers, my Denon receiver, and even my networked printer, which I have no idea what I would do with. And setting up these devices was as easy as picking the service, then adding the devices to a room, or an area as Home Assistant calls it. I was also able to manually add most of my other Wi-Fi devices. This includes my Samsung TVs, my August locks, my MyQ garage door opener, my Ring cameras, my TP-Link Casa devices, and my Roborock vacuum. However, there were some that were difficult or impossible that I'll talk about at the end of the video. Next, I tried adding devices using the built-in Zigbee radio. This also went smoothly, with my Home Assistant Yellow having no trouble finding Zigbee devices once they were in pairing mode. Here I'm setting up a SmartThings motion sensor, but I've also tried devices from Third Reality, Sonoff, and Akera, and none of them gave me any problems. Next, I plugged in my Zeus 500 series Z-Wave stick. It was immediately discovered and configuration kicked off. I was pleasantly surprised how easy it was to set up an external USB Z-Wave radio like this. I also installed the Z-Wave JS UI plugin because I had read it was easier to use and had some nice features. Here I am using it to onboard a new Z-Wave device. So far I've tried devices from Zeus, Innovelli, and Jaysco, and all of them have been easy and given me no issues. Next, I plugged in my Bluetooth USB stick. It was immediately discovered by Home Assistant, and all I had to do was add it to a room before it started discovering devices. It immediately discovered all of my SwitchBot devices, an iBeacon tracker, which I have no idea what it is, and my Yale Assure lock. Now, adding every device was not unicorns and rainbows. Let me tell you where I had trouble. While Nest devices are technically supported, it's not as easy as logging in with your Google account and authorizing the connection. You have to manually configure the Google Cloud integration for your Nest devices with Home Assistant. Home Assistant's documentation is very good, but it does require some patience. Some devices, like Leviton Wi-Fi switches, require manually editing YAML files, which doesn't qualify as easy. Other devices from Wyze, Meros, Govee, and Amazon Echoes don't have any native support, but we'll talk about community add-ons in a later video.